Vậy là
hai cái với cộng nhau khi dài.
Ồ, chơi cái kiểu dài chứ mà mỗi cái một cái hả?
Trưa 12 giờ 1 giờ ông Tiên kêu ông ý đem cái này tới, mà may là tại có sẵn ở nhà.
Ồ vậy chị hả? Dạ vâng.
Cái này là làm sẵn.
Dạ, ông làm đẹp quá, nó rất là gọn.
Dạ. Cao lên chút. Cao lên chút.
Cường mua làm cái gì trong thư viện không.
Late, and we'll just begin the discussion that way.
Thank you. I'm Joe Horwittle. I'm the Director of Planning for the City of San Jose. Thank you for coming out tonight. You've met a number of my staff here tonight that are helping out with the logistics tonight, and you'll be hearing from Rita Matthews, the project manager. This really is an opportunity to talk about the creation of the Little Saigon Business District. And we've got some banners up here we'll talk about tonight. But there are a couple of things that we want to go through and cover tonight. Is what are the boundaries of the business district? And then how should we deal with the temporary signs? And we have a banner proposal. And that is something that staff's been working with the group that's been proposing this and coming up with how to do the banners on that. But we want to hear your input on that tonight. But really this is an opportunity for you to talk about the banner temporary sign proposal. So please fill those out if you have questions.
The Little Saigon Foundation Group has applied for community identification signs in the form of banners. They're going to tell you a little bit about their proposal and why they're proposing it. The City Council has a policy on community identification signage. We want to get input from the community, we want to make sure that it's reflective of the community, and we want to make sure that it unifies the community. So for tonight, what we're looking for are comments that relate to the banners themselves, the location of the banners, and how we as the planning department, specifically Joe Horwidell, will be able to take that information and make a decision about whether or not to approve those banners or under what circumstances those banners would be approved. In terms of the process, we received an application from the group. We've been working...
So at this point, actually, we're going to go and have Barry and Van actually talk about the proposal that has come to the city and give you a chance to explain it. So Barry.
Chào toàn thể đồng hương ngày hôm nay. Thưa quý đồng hương, họ muốn là coi như là bên thành phố muốn chính tôi nói bằng tiếng Anh là tại vì có một số người không phải người Việt ở đây, thành ra theo đúng luật thành phố thì tôi phải nói bằng tiếng Anh. Nhưng mà cái đoạn nào cần tiếng Việt thì tôi sẽ thêm vô. Còn nếu mà quý vị nào không hiểu những cái đoạn tiếng Anh tôi nói thì xin đồng hương có thông dịch viên của thành phố đã cung cấp rồi. Thì tại vì đây là cái luật chứ đúng ra là tôi muốn nói bằng tiếng Việt. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I have to speak English because of the city upon request that even though most of us here are Vietnamese, but there's still 1/3 non-Vietnamese here, so I have to speak English. But anyway, welcome to the Vietnamese American community. Most of you are here. And so now you see in front of you the two banner Little Saigon. And I would like to say, I would like to present to you that how we come about here. And we have 15 minutes to address to you. So later on, Vân Lê will explain to you what is the meaning, cái ý nghĩa của two banner. Thưa quý vị, ladies and gentlemen, at first, after we signing with the city on March 13, you can see on my point right here, this is the story roll. The banner will be limited. You can see that this is the Freeway 101 right here, 101 and story roll. And this is down here is the center roll. That's the story roll stretch that we plan to have a banner. Quý vị thấy in front of you is the final. We have a lot of banners submitted to the city. We have a lot of banners for Little Saigon Foundation or Committee for Little Saigon review, but there's a lot of banner does not meet the city requirement. So that's why finally there are only 2 banners that so far that can meet both the city and okay with most of the Vietnamese community is the 2 banners here. And the meaning, cái ý nghĩa của 2 banners here, cô Vân Lê will explain to you. But here it is. Right now, you will see there's some black dot here. These are, we asked at first the banner, what we understood from the council meeting is we're going to have a 20 banner. Originally, we asked for 20 banner like this, these 2. Go all the way from center row, go up to 101, just that stretch here. But right now, there's some misunderstanding and then some miscommunication between the rules and the regulation. Có nhiều vấn đề mà thông dịch chưa có hiểu lầm được. So that's why right now, the city already officially approved for us 11 banner, which is 7 right here. McLaughlin Avenue and Story Row. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 right here. McLaughlin and Story Row. And also today I just learned that the city also okay for us 4 more when you come in from Center Row, which is right down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Story Row and Robbers Avenue. Intersection Robber and Story. And here's McLaughlin and Story Row. So total right now, if you're coming from 101, you will see 7 banner. Từ Freeway 101, quý vị thấy 7 banner. From Center Row, you go into Story, you will see 4 banner of Little Saigon. So right now, there's only 11 out of 20 we want to ask. So later on, you can ask the city what is the miscommunication here that we're going to ask for 20 of them along the stretch. And also, today we also talked with Mayor Chuck Reed, Vice Mayor Dave Cortese, and some of the council members to work with Joseph, which is the director that just time he talked to you, director of planning, to clarify, kind of để hóa giải làm sao để thông cảm, to understand that why we need more than just 11 right now. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, at least right now, after everything because this is a private fund, we have to pay for ourselves everything, even include the meeting today that you come, also came from our community. And all these banners here, we also have to get the material to do it. So now it looks big actually, but actually when it put up on the pole, it will be look smaller. And so the next step, I would like to ask Vân Lê to explain to the community what is the meaning of this banner here and this banner here. Cô Vân Lê sẽ giới thiệu.
Trước hết thì cho Cẩm Vân nói bằng tiếng Anh, xong rồi Cẩm Vân sẽ nói lại bằng tiếng Việt một chút. As you can see, this is the 2 banner that proposed for the Story Road right now. And you see, the first what you see in is the symbol of the Vietnamese Republicans of South Vietnam flag. And this is the Bến Thành market, is the landmark of Saigon. And Rotunda, as you see, this is the represent the City Hall. And the next one that we also propose is also has the symbol of the Vietnamese Republican South Vietnam flag. And the yellow flower represents for the flower of the Silicon Valley. And the brass drums is a cultural artifact of the Vietnamese and show that this is the really cultural. We went back dated thousand years ago. And I think is what Barry has mentioned. This is the 2 banner have been worked, have been revised and has been selected to send it to the planning department for the approval. Kính thưa quý vị, thì quý vị cũng đã biết rằng là đây là 2 cái phướn mà cộng đồng chúng ta, một số anh chị em cũng đã gửi vào cho bên ban quản trị Little Saigon. Và tiêu biểu đây thì quý vị cũng thấy có cái lá cờ vàng 3 sọc đỏ và chợ Bến Thành cũng như vùng tròn Rotunda. Thì ở đây chợ Bến Thành thì ai cũng biết hết, còn vùng Rotunda thì cũng biểu tượng cho tòa thị chính. Bên kia thì lá cờ cũng có lá cờ vàng 3 sọc đỏ, ngoài ra thì cũng có thung lũng hoa vàng. Đây là cái hoa vàng tượng trưng cho thung lũng hoa vàng, và ngoài ra thì cũng có trống đồng. thì đây là hai cái phướng mà được một số anh chị em đã đề nghị và đưa qua cho bên nhà kế hoạch Planning Department. Hy vọng là chúng ta có hai phướng, không nhất thiết là chúng ta chỉ có một phướng thôi, vì chúng ta có thể treo một phướng bên góc này và một phướng bên góc kia. Nhưng mà hiện giờ thì vẫn tùy vào cái sự quyết định của bên Planning Department. Thành ra bên Little Saigon Foundation hiện giờ cũng làm việc ráo riết với bên Planning Department và thành phố San Jose để chúng ta sớm có cái phướng. Ladies and gentlemen, what I just mentioned that the Little Saigon Foundation has been worked very hard with Planning Department staff, also city staff, and Eddie for the city manager, and also city attorney. We want to have the banner up as soon as possible, but it's the procedure and also bureaucracy and red tape from city, we have to go through. So it takes some time that now finally we get to hearing, and we're going to go to July 23rd for the director planning hearing before we finalize everything. So if you have any other question later on for our board director or also for the city planning staff, please do so. Thank you. Xin cảm ơn.
Thưa quý vị, right now the city only approve us. Let me summarize: 11 out of 20 that we request. 7 McLaughlin Avenue in Story Row if you're coming from 101 freeway, and 4 down here that if you're coming from Center Row, 4 of them. So Tory Van. But later on we want to chúng tôi muốn quý vị hỏi thành phố là tại sao không cho hết tất cả, because we want all 20 of them. And also the 2 banner here, you can know that this is everything here. This is not just the symbol of our heritage here, up here. So it's not quite the exact size of the flag. But anyway, all of this, the reason why you see here, so we know that this is Little Saigon in San Jose, not any other places. That's why you see the dome of the city hall here. And here you can see that all of our culture, especially the trống đồng, the drum here, and also đây là thung lũng hoa vàng, the Silicon Valley, and also that the yellow right here. So those are the 2. If it's approved, it will be in the chain, either 11 or 20 future that we're gonna put on. Thành ra một lần nữa xin quý vị đặt câu hỏi thành phố về những cái vấn đề này. Thank you. Now I turn over to Joe.
Thank you, Barry and Van. So we do have a number of the cards that have come up, so please, if you've got questions or comments, fill out those cards. I did want to talk a little bit about some of what Barry was mentioning about the number of banners that were going up and the thought process that the city's been looking at as a part of the proposal. The City Council, when they set forward this process, said that we should look at a temporary gateway sign at the intersection of Story Road and McLaughlin. And so Barry and his team went and said, we also have the opportunities to be doing a gateway because it is a business district, and the question is how far does that business district stretch? And so what we've talked about is Lucretia, Roberts Avenue is maybe the area where that would start at. And so tonight, that's why you see the cluster of the banners that would occur down in this area. I do want to tell you that the city does have a separate banner program that you see around the city, banners like this on the light poles. We are currently reworking that program around the city to have more flexibility to do banners in areas like this. But currently the city rules do not allow that to occur. It is something we have talked with Barry and the team about being able ultimately to do more in the way of banners out there. But for the short term, we want to go through and be able to get banners up quickly, and working within the confines of what the council approved in the current city rules is that we can do a cluster of banners here. We can also do a cluster down at the gateway in this location. We're still working on the actual numbers on that. Right now we've talked about 4 and 7, and it's really a function of light poles. That today there are only light poles in certain locations, and since we're trying to keep the cost down and not put in new light poles, those are some of the constraints that we have to deal with. So we are trying to be very respectful and responsive to the concerns of the community, to getting the program up running quickly, minimize the cost to do it, but to be able to make that immediate impression. So with that, we'll go through and work on some of the questions. So let's see, the first comment about both banners are very impressive and beautiful. We would love to have 20 banners. Okay. Comment noted on that one. As I said, that's something that we are working in the longer term answer to. The question is, why put banners by Kelly Park? Why put them at Roberts Avenue? There's no businesses there. So the question is of why putting banners all the way this far down versus further up. This next person says it's the right decision to put the Little Saigon banners up. Okay, I do not support these signs. I think this is a divisive issue, does not bring the neighborhood together. So does not support the banner. I like where they're being hung on the Story Road. They would like 20 banners. Comment that we should approve 20 banners, that the Vietnamese business community is really strong and generate a lot of money in the city. So obviously like the banner proposal, would like to do more. This one likes both banners. Are there any other signs than these two? I think you heard that there have been a number of different ideas that have been talked about. These are the two that have come into the city for us to move forward with. One of the things that it's important to know that these signs are not treated as a permanent sign. So as holidays come up, special events, the city does allow the banners to be changed out. Just like we do elsewhere around the city, you see happening many times a year. So there is flexibility about changing the banners over time. Banners on those, as well as a number of spots where trees or power line wires were too close that we could not put them on those locations. But as we go through and do the banner program around the city, that would be one of the things we'd look at. That we cannot put advertising on them and they cannot have a political message. And what the staff has worked with the proposers to say that while this looks like the South Vietnamese flag, the freedom flag, we're calling it a banner, a ribbon. We know that it sends forward the image of the flag, but there were proposals that had a waving flag on it, and that does not fit within the banner program of the city, the rules, so it was not something that we could approve, unfortunately.
We wish to have the banners hang as many as possible. The banners look very pretty. I suggest to hang the banners as many as possible.
Citizens living in San Jose. They've been approved for 2 or 20. It'll be very nice. They love Little Saigon. I'd love to see them hang in San Jose Valley. Thank you. The 2 banners are very good. They reflect the Vietnamese identification in U.S. cultures and beauty. They prefer banner number 1, if only one was going to be selected. And actually both banners can be used. That's really up to the proponents of whether they want to use 1 or 2 or 3 different banners. But they continue to evolve. I think they are 99% there. The cost for these, the city does require that the proponent actually pay for the cost of the banner and putting up the hardware to hang it on. So it is something that's not a city-sponsored project. It's normally funded by the proponents, so the business association or the group that's putting this forward today. And then if the community wants additional banners on the light post, how can they come up with the additional funds? There's been a lot of private fundraising that's been going on with that, and we'll continue to go on that. They hope that it'll be forever. Well, and then I think Even with doing the permanent signs, the permanent gateway signs, that if the City Council amends the banner program, we'd be able to run, have both banners and a permanent gateway sign as the long-term solution. The flag should be wavy. Answered that one. The two banners look great, but in their opinion, the one on the right looks interesting. It's my favorite. Should give more time for the designers to create new ones, but put up the right one, put up the one on the right for now. And so, as I said, that they don't need to be thought of as permanent signs. That as the community thinks of different designs that you want to use, it is something that the city is willing to work with you on. I'm glad to see the banners for Little Saigon. Do we intend to put up directional signs getting to Little Saigon at 280 or up 10th Street off 280 within Spartan Keys? So that's a new question. That is one of the things that we are looking at. We would have to work with Caltrans, and they've done that in other parts of the state. So it is something that's doable. It does take a while to work through that. Both banners are beautiful, and please accept them. I can't read the one word there, but they like them.
Việt ngữ, cho nên tôi sẽ dịch sang tiếng Anh. Quý vị nếu mà đằng sau, nếu mà có việc gì thảo luận, xin tức là tạm dừng, là bởi vì ở đây hội trường có rất nhiều người tức là đang để ý nha, để ý nghe những cái ý kiến của chúng ta. Có một cái bạn tên là Long Ly. Đề nghị 20 tấm banner dọc theo đường Story và Exit 101 Expressway và đầu đường Center Road. Suggest to have 20 banners hanged from Story Road to 101 Exit Freeway and at the corner of Center Road. Kế tiếp là có một vị tên Giang Đình, biểu ngữ rất đẹp, đề nghị treo nhiều càng tốt. The banners are beautiful, and I suggest that we should hang as many as possible. The more the merrier. The banner looks very pretty, and we suggest that the gateway, Little Saigon gateway, to be hanged at Story Road, and 20 banners to be posted. Đề nghị tức là treo theo những cái tấm phiếu Little Saigon. Banners are very pretty, and we suggest at least to hang up 20 banners. Đề nghị treo những cái tấm phướn, tức là theo mẫu, tức là theo cái mẫu này. Ở Việt Nam thì là cộng sản, là Little Saigon, đồng thời rất mong trong tương lai sẽ trưởng thành vĩnh viễn. I'm very happy to have the banner Little Saigon hang up, especially the one hang up on Story Road, especially the one with Benton Market symbol on it. I suggest to have all these two banners chosen, and to make it a double-faced banner. And xin đề nghị càng nhiều càng tốt. The more banners, the better. The banners should be created and then hanged, and it is a most welcoming signs of the city. Đề nghị 20 tấm banner được dọc đường Story từ Exit 101 đến đường Center Road. We suggest to have 20 banners along Story from the 101 exit to the Center Road. The City Council approved 20 banners to be hanged along Story Road. And I quite agree with the designs of the two banners today. Tôi rất đồng ý về bản hiệu nhận diện cộng đồng. I quite agree with the community identity banners. Ở đây tức là viên bằng tiếng Anh, thành ra tôi khỏi cần dịch ra. It would be nice if we have more signs in this area as much as we can. Tức là tôi rất là đồng ý nên có nhiều tức là cái banners ở trong cái khu vực này, nhất là càng nhiều càng tốt. 4 different colors, technical colors, right? Và treo khoảng 20 tấm, and then to have 20 banners along the road. Tôi thích cả hai cái banners. I like both of these banners. Tôi thích cả hai cái banners. I like both of these banners. Tôi thích số 1. I love the banner number 1. Banner number 2 is nice. Beautiful banners. And we wish to have all the banners hang on each of the light posts along Story to Center Road, exit to 101. No comment, but I want to hang more banners, about 20 banners. Ở đây có một vị tên là Sương Quỳnh, chỉ có ghi cái chữ good, G-O-O-D, good. Và ở đây có vị Điên Quách, tức là ghi là banner number 2. Why waste all this money? The sign banner are only temporary. Please make it permanent. Also, please have freeway signs indicating Little Saigon like both sides.
Like banner number 2. It's okay. Very impressive. Banner number 1 at the City Hall and the market symbol for the community, Vietnamese community in San Jose. There's a new question. Is this the new standard size for banners? If so, this size will create or add light instead of beautifying the business strip. The Japantown and Portuguese Town banners are barely a foot in size. One of the comments that Barry made is that these are deceptively large. Standing here at eye level with them, that is one of the requirements, that we have one standard size for banners that go on the light poles, and that these are being designed to match the same size that we have in downtown and in the other business districts, so that there is no difference in the size. The only difference I think you see in some of the sizes is if it's the small, short light poles that are only about 20 feet tall, because you need to be tall enough off the ground so you don't hit your head walking in them. So those banners are smaller, but for the normal ones on streets like this is the normal size.
I agree to have the banners with Ben Thanh market on it. There is a suggestion. Xin đề nghị có hai banner hai mặt cho hai ngõ vào Little Saigon. Dùng hai mặt của hai banner cho hai lối cóc Story, và giới hạn bởi đường McLaughlin về Center Road. xin bảo trợ cho banner hai mặt. Mỗi mặt là kiểu của banner. Riêng tôi xin bảo trợ một banner hai mặt cao có hai kiểu mẫu và tình nguyện giúp thành phố xin đủ bảo trợ.
And then we request the banner as soon as possible.
Xin yêu cầu được treo nhiều lá phướn càng tốt, càng nhiều là phướn thì càng vui. Okay, we suggest to have the more banners, the better, and it is very pretty to the eyes. Cả hai banner đều đồng ý, đều ý nghĩa và đẹp. Cần thật nhiều banner, càng nhiều càng tốt. The meaning of the both banners here is very meaningful and very beautiful, and we wish to have more banners, the better. Tôi đề nghị sớm thực hiện theo tấm phướn có hai mặt, số 1 và số 2 trên tất cả các cột đèn. Xin cảm ơn. I suggest to have the application of the banners with two faces, banner number 1 and banner number 2 on all the posts as possible. Thank you. Chúng tôi muốn nhiều tấm phướn. Tôi thích cả hai banners. We like to have more banners, and I like the designs of both banners here. Và ở đây có một vị ghi là number 1 là mặt trước, number 2 là mặt sau. In here there is a suggestion that the front of the banner should be the number 1, Little Saigon, with Benton Market. And number 2 should have the Little Saigon with the flowers and the drum. Cả hai banner đều có ý nghĩa và đẹp. Both banners are meaningful and pretty. Cần thêm thật nhiều càng tốt. Front was number 1, and then the back was number 2 banners here, with Benton Market and the traditional drum. Tôi rất đồng ý về cả hai banner và muốn có thêm càng nhiều càng tốt. I agreed on the designs of the two banners, and the more banners, the better.
Or here, not too many banners, concerned about the visual clutter. They like banner number 2 as a double-sided. I should note that the banners are normally double-sided. So if you go drive around the city, you'll see that they print on both sides. It is actually, you could go through and put both designs, a design on each side. It's just a lot more money as a part of the screening process or the printing process. So that's one of the things that the group will be deciding about. Do they just put up one banner design and do more of them, or do 2 banner designs and have more cost per banner?
Thưa quý vị, ở đây tức là ông Director of Planning, Building và Co-Enforcement Joseph ông vừa nói, tức là nếu mà nói đến banner thì đương nhiên chúng tôi sẽ tức là làm cả hai mặt, bởi vậy tức là xe đi qua hai bên đều nhìn thấy.
Hồi nãy như là chúng ta đã thấy là cái concern của cộng đồng chúng ta là đa số ai cũng muốn là 20 banners là ít nhất. Thì kính thưa quý vị đồng hương, trong suốt mấy tháng vừa qua, anh em của Little Saigon San José Foundation cũng đã nghiên cứu trên cái khoảng đường đó có tất cả là 39 cái cột điện. Và chúng tôi, vì chúng ta là phải từ bỏ tiền ra, cho nên và cũng thấy là cứ cắt một cái cột điện thì chúng ta có một cái banner là đủ rồi. Thành ra anh em Little Saigon Foundation đã propose với Planning Department là có 20 cái banners là đủ rồi. Và trong những tháng vừa qua đã làm việc với thành phố về những cái design và cái proposal đó. Nhưng mà cho tới lúc này Planning Department chỉ mới cho chúng ta 2 cái corners đó, là chỉ mới 11 cái banners. Thì trong những ngày sắp tới, Little Saigon Foundation của cộng đồng chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục vận động sự ủng hộ của các nghị viên trong thành phố, như là nghị viên Kenson Chu, Phó thị trưởng Dave Cortese và tất cả các nghị viên bàn của cộng đồng chúng ta, để làm sao chúng ta được có 20 cái banners là ít nhất. Và thứ hai nữa là hôm nay không phải là chúng ta chọn cái banners nào, mà cả 2 cái design này sẽ được nộp lên Planning Department để làm thành là cái design của banner. Thì có thể chúng ta sẽ có 2 mặt của một cái design, cái mặt này và mặt này nó nằm ở 2 mặt của design, và cái mặt kia cũng là hai mặt của cái design đó, và chúng ta treo cách, tức là một cái design này rồi xong tới một design kia. Thì cái cách đó là cái cách ít tốn tiền hơn là cái cách 2 mặt là 2 design khác nhau.
Luôn. Và anh Việt. Ở đây có một vị có ghi tên là Hoa Phan, thì tôi rất vui mừng có bạn Little Saigon. Tôi vô cùng hạnh phúc và sung sướng khi được thành phố cho trao những tấm phướn. Đa số chúng tôi lựa chọn, tức là phướn vĩnh viễn. I'm very happy and very lucky to have the city approved for the signage of the Little Saigon, and I wish the signs could be permanent. Có ý nghĩa. I would suggest to have these 2 banners approved because they are meaningful and they are beautiful. Rất đẹp, đề nghị treo những tấm phướn có treo mẫu, dọc theo được story road 20 tấm. Banners are very pretty. I suggest to have at least 20 banners hanging along story road. Mỗi lần tôi đặt ra 20 là cái gì vô tay.
The drum is the symbol of the original Vietnamese people. It should be in the colors of copper tone so it can stand out. There's too much blue in the sign, so it's lost in the sign, and they want to make sure that was better clarity.
Tôi xin lưu ý quý vị là cái tấm đồng đây là màu xanh, mà trong khi cái tấm đồng của Việt Nam là màu là bằng đồng. Thành thử như quá nhiều màu xanh đi nó bị chìm, và cái màu trống đồng mới là đúng là cái trống đồng của lịch sử Việt Nam. Thành thử như tôi đề nghị cái căn bản là phải đổi cái này ra cái màu đồng, như vậy nó vừa stand out vừa là đúng với cái lịch sử của trống đồng Việt Nam nữa.
Well, we're sorting through last those. I do want to thank you all. You guys have been really patient as we've gone through this. You've had some great comments. I thank you for just coming out tonight and helping come up with a great decision around this. I also wanted to recognize Kansan Chu is attending here tonight. Kansan, if you wanted to say a few words.
Thank you, Joe. We came a long way, and I'm glad to see both the 2 beautiful designs. And I think to make the drum into more of a brass color is a good suggestion. It will definitely stand out. I know that we don't have a permanent sign yet, and I know there's still work that needs to be done. I will continue advocating for a more permanent sign or a gateway for the Vietnamese community. And I understand that you would like to have more than 11 banners, and I would definitely continue working with this city staff to see if we be able to put more banners along the way of Story Road. Again, just like Joe says, I want to thank you very much for your patience and the working with the city staff. I know with the will, we will get where we want it to be. So thank you very much for coming out tonight. I was telling Barry Doe, if the money is a problem, I'd be happy to donate $500 toward the installation and the design of the banner. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ganson. So I want to go through and give Barry a chance to some closing comments for the group.
Kính thưa quý vị, trước khi kết thúc buổi họp hôm nay thì xin một lần nữa là phong trào cử tri San Jose đòi dân chủ cũng như bây giờ là cái Little Saigon San Jose Foundation thành thật cảm ơn tất cả quý đồng hương. Nhờ quý đồng hương có mặt ngày hôm nay, chúng ta mới có được cái chữ Little Saigon này trên cái đường Story Road. And one more time, I thank you all of you because of all of you. We finally have a Little Saigon in the Story Road. But let me tell you about the permanent and temporary. We do have a permanent banner and gateway, okay? The temporary, just the design temporary, but we do have a permanent. And we will have an all training. We will work to have an all training on the Story Road. And can you join that? And you now proceed.
Well, there's a way to close the meeting. We will be going back through these. I think it was pretty clear the consensus from tonight. We will be talking about the total number of banners. Hearing on July 23rd at City Hall. It's a Wednesday. You're welcome to attend. You can keep up with Gary and Rita has your contact info. We look forward to seeing both the temporary banners happen and then working on the permanent one. And you need to talk to Gary about some fundraising. So good night.